Cyberclutch Hot Import Nights is the kind of game that looks like a cult classic in the making. Screenshots scream Blur meets Tron. Neon tracks, cyberpunk cars, combat on wheels. It checks all the right boxes for fans of a genre that's been starving for attention since the Xbox 360 era. On paper it's a dream. On console it's a headache. ZTGD's review nailed the contradiction. The concept is strong, the visuals sleek, but the fundamentals fall apart. The drifting mechanic feels like Mario Kart's boost system, except looser and less predictable. 1 second you're nailing a corner, the next you're glued to a wall like a broken Roomba. And just when you think you've got a rhythm, the AI rubber bands so aggressively it feels personal. Ken McCown called it flat-out infuriating, saying every race felt like it had to be perfect or not worth finishing. GameSpew's Richard Seagrave took it further, blasting the lack of impact. In a car combat racer, you want to feel the crunch when you slam into an opponent or the punch when a rocket connects. Instead, Cyberclutch feels weightless. Cars bounce around like pinballs, weapons land with all the drama of a spitball, and even smashing into giant obstacles barely registers. He also called out the PS5 Pro's performance. Frame rate drops in a racing game are inexcusable, and here they're frequent. His verdict, a 410 best avoided until patched. Gaming Nexus was a bit kinder, handing it a 6.5 but still unimpressed. Jason Daly pointed out the game isn't broken so much as bland. It does what you expect: pickups, rockets, shields, mines, but nothing new. No spark, no innovation, just cut and paste combat racing. He slammed the immersion too, noting the lack of haptics or vibration, saying even when you win, it doesn't feel satisfying. Sure, the customization suite is solid and the soundtrack hits with cyberpunk vibes, but that's window dressing when the core racing fails to thrill. All three reviews agree on the basics. Cyberclutch looks slick. The cars are stylish, the tracks drip neon, and the soundtrack thumps hard enough to sell the fantasy. Customization is a nice touch, letting you trick out your ride with flair. But the moment-to-moment racing, handling, combat, AI, performance is the deal-breaker. TGGD summed it up perfectly. I wanted to love it, but I just can't. So where does that leave Cyberclutch? It's not an unplayable mess, it's a neon-coated disappointment. At best, it's a $15 curiosity if you're desperate for something new in the arcade combat racer space. At worst, it's a reminder why Blur and Split Second are still legendary, and why games like this struggle to recapture the magic. If this kind of no BS breakdown keeps you racing back, hit subscribe to Veteran Game. We'll keep calling out the wrecks and spotlighting the sleepers. Let's close with this. Cyberclutch shows how style without substance can only carry you so far. Would you rather play a bland but functional racer or a broken but ambitious one?